Oh, my wonderful people, Bishop Matthew Kukah is at it and is telling Nigerians, be wise. Open your eyes and don't get distracted. There is nothing called a right candidate in an election. Every single one of them are candidates, and if you are not good, you are not good. We should not, sugarcoat the matter. If you are not the right candidate, you are not the right candidate. There is no right or wrong in the matter. There is no right candidate. If you are not the right candidate, you are not the right candidate. Yes, Bishop Matthew Kukah was at Channels, television to give an interview, and what he said, really resonates with many Nigerians. Is either you are not good enough, or you don't want being Nigerian's president, or you are worth it. Yes, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details as we understand what Bishop Matthew Kukah is all about. There is nothing like right candidate in an election, says Bishop Matthew Kukah. Bishop Matthew Kukah ascertained that there is no such thing as an ideal candidate in an in a presidential election when he appeared in the exclusive conversation about the next election on Chinese television. He stressed that people should have realized and should be realistic in expectations of election of presidential of politicians, because the person you think is the finest candidate can just be the project of their feelings. He meant to suggest that there is no such thing as a perfect candidate when he added, we need to be humble in our expectation, since sometimes people say they would vote for the correct candidate during an election and they end up doing some other things. He contained that how well known politicians perform after a vote has little bearing on whether or not an election was free and fair. He claimed that several factors include individuals who would receive political position would have a significant impact on how well politicians perform once they assume office. There is nothing like the right candidate in an election, says Bishop Matthew Kukah. He believes politicians take people for granted when nobody engage these leaders. And so they all must engage with Nigerians. They must tell Nigerians what they intend to do, how they intend to solve the problem on ground, and what they will implement fresh for the country in order to move forward. We must leave sentiment, religion, and everything that we have heard in the past to associate with a right or a candidate that could potentially lead us in the right direction. Most of the people we have depended upon for a long time has failed us. And so Nigerians must engage every of these presidential candidates with a sense of getting the right one out of them. Most of them are working for themselves, and it's not just about them, the people that surround them, what they will become. People they will appoint into different offices and different cadres goes a long way to tell you how the administration will be if such people are given an opportunity. So there is no right candidate. There's a holistic and a total package that we have to look at very carefully before we go on to vote for any of the presidential candidates. So I think you have spoken very well, Bishop. You have spoken very well. And you just hit the nail on the head. All the presidential candidates and every one of them, we just have to ensure that we interrogate them, we understand who they are, and we meet up with them very carefully to ensure that we do not allow the same thing over and over again. Every single one of them and everything that is going on, all that they are involved in and all that they are engaged in, who and what do they mean, and why do we allow such things to continue? So the days upon us have become important. If Bishop Matthew Kukah is saying this, he knows exactly what he's saying. These are people who have seen politicians come and go, that have engaged dutifully, that have engaged dutifully, and we all need to, pay serious attention to them and ensure that, none of these people, are allowed to just come in there and have a field day when we don't even know who they are. We can't continue in such remark. We can't just continue. We can't just allow such things to continue. We must ensure that we do everything that is needed to bring Nigeria, okay, to bring Nigeria out of the current predicament and bring the country to where it ought to be. Okay, we just have to engage very well. We have to engage very well. We have to know who we are. We have to be resolutely and sure, and sure of what we are getting ourselves involved in. Every single one of us will participate actively in all that is going on. Every single one of us have got a part to play. So please don't assume that things will just fall in place without your involvement. Okay, don't assume that things will just all of a sudden fall in place. Every single one of us have got a part in all of this. Okay, getting your PVC is a big part. Understanding, who you are, understanding the presidential candidate and voting accordingly will go a long way to help us navigate through this whole stage that we are in right now and bring us to where we ought to be. So please don't just sit back there and do nothing. Okay, every single one of us must continue to ensure that we are doing everything humanly speaking possible to get us right in the right direction and the right place. Okay, every single one of us must do everything needed to bring us back into where we need to be. Okay, please don't forget, if we do not engage meaningfully like we should, this is going to adversely affect us. So we must engage very well, and we must ensure that at the end of the day, we are where we ought to be. Okay, we are where we ought to be. Remember, you have a voice. Remember, it's up to you and I to ensure that we bring this country out of the current predicament and we bring this country to the next phase and to where it needed to be. So it is what it is, and it's a call for urgent attention. Nobody should sit back there and pretend that all is well. Okay, the days upon us have come to show to us that Nigerians have to engage. Presidential candidates that do not speak to us, that do not want to know what we are involved in or what is going on, they don't mean us well. They don't. If they do, they will engage us. They will engage us dutifully and understand. They will explain to us what they intend to do. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Like us, share, subscribe. Click on the notification button so you can have all our latest news. God bless. Have a lovely and a fantastic day. From us, it's bye for now. Remember, you have a voice. God bless. Bye-bye.